Mm. Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome to the second webinar of the month. We did a two-parter this month. So today we're going to be focused on ways to make money, and it's going to be more admin heavy.
Yes. If you guys joined yesterday, welcome back. We're happy to have you back. And if you're just joining today, then we're happy to have you.
And so we mixed it up in a couple ways this month. We decided to split the topics into two webinars so we'd have more time to really get into it, really chat about everything and not have to rush through it like we sometimes have to. And then also, because there's a lot of stuff going on, we're only doing two webinars this month. So this webinar, Jordan's gonna be your English presenter, and I'm gonna do a little bit of quick translating to Spanish, because there are a lot of Colombian and Spanish-speaking models that joined in. So it'll be a combo, but don't worry, it'll be super cool. We'll all learn together. It'll be super fun.
Yeah, it was fun yesterday. I had fun.
Also, I'm noticing a lot of familiar names, a lot of top models in this chat that are very experienced. So some of the stuff we talk about may be a little basic for the new models that are joining in. So when we're talking about fan club or VODs, if you have any tips, please share them. I think that any tip that comes from you guys is going to be so much more effective than from us, because you guys are there, you guys are doing it, you guys know this, the ins and outs. So any tips you guys have, feel free to share in the chat as we're going.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Do we want to wait for a little more people to join?
Let's wait
or do you think we want to start?
Two, and I'll start prepping everything for when we screen share.
Okay, thanks. That sounds good.
So how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week? Everybody's month? I cannot believe it's literally almost September.
I know. It's literally Labor Day next weekend.
Crazy. That's so crazy.
I feel like it was actually just March. I feel like 4th of July didn't even really happen this year.
I feel like summer just was a blank.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it happened this year and last year. I'm still in 2020 or maybe 19 actually.
Yes, it is officially pumpkin spice season. I love it, May.
I still haven't gotten one. I need one bad.
I've never tried one, but I don't really drink coffee. I think if I did drink coffee, I would. I do more tea or stuff like that.
It's so good.
I know, but
it's like a dessert.
You know what's so crazy? I'm not really even a dessert person. I never eat cake or anything. I'll eat sour candy, Sour Patch Kids, gummy worms, all that all day. But a piece of cake or I don't know, a sundae or something is never my thing.
We are not friends anymore. I love treats. Okay, shall we start?
Let's get it started.
Okay.
All right, you guys. So let's screen share.
Oh yes.
Oh wait, what were you gonna say, Jordan?
I wasn't going to talk about treats or coffee. I was just going to say that we're going to start with VODs today. And for anyone who's new here and doesn't know what that is, VODs stand for videos on demand. So anytime you're having a private show, I think that's longer than 4 minutes or so, it will be turned into a VOD, which essentially means that your customers have the opportunity to purchase those VODs for more credits and watch the video again. And so we're going to talk about how to manage those today.
Yes, so exacto, como dijo Jordan, este seminario va a tratar de las maneras de ganar dinero y nos vamos a enfocar aquí en la cuenta administrativa y vamos a platicar sobre diferentes partes como el club de fans, como VOD, cosas así. Ahora miren, lo super padre de los VODs es que hay dos diferentes tipos. Están los VODs que son automáticos, o cada vez que ustedes tengan un privado, un party chat, un group chat que dure 4 minutos o más, queda grabado, o aparte tú puedes subir tu propio video y venderlo. So, vamos a empezar por ahí.
So for those who didn't see or can't see, it's going to be ways under make money and then VODs. That's where you'll find it in your studio admin. I'm also LOLing May that you say Vod, because I know why you say that. I think Ashley used to say Vod previously.
I don't even think there's a correct way to say it. I think I just say VOD because like when I was like learning the site, that's how like I think Miguel said it to me. But I've heard bot, I've heard like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess there is no right or wrong way. Okay, so here's the VOD's like dashboard, if you will. I know it's a little bit blurry, guys, but you can see that there's a chart here. That's going to show like where all your recordings are and the different lengths, and some other various stats here, like the number that you've uploaded, what's active, what's not, what's private, etc., etc. If you click the, I think it's hard to see, but it's blue, where it says right next to all recordings. That's where you're able to view all of your VOD videos in general. Did we want to go through like each category at the top, Carlos? Is that what you're envisioning?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if we click on VOD Earnings Report, that's pretty much what it sounds.
Really quick, just on the VODs, just one thing I wanted to add is that there's two types of VODs. So like Jordan mentioned, anytime you do a party, private group that's 4 minutes or longer, it auto records. You could also upload your own content if you film separately and sell that on the site. And one really important thing to remember is that, let's say, for example, you and your customers don't feel comfortable with your private shows or group shows being available for purchase. Maybe you talk about personal things in there. Maybe, you know, you have a different relationship with different customers and you just don't want that out there. Totally fine. We can make all those videos private and you could still upload your own video content and only sell those. Or you could make all the private shows private and only sell your group chats that are more of a group ambiance and your other ones. So like you could customize this a million different ways, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. So whatever, however you want to do that part.
Yep. Thank you for that, Carlos.
I'm going to say it in Spanish super quick and then we can go to the next tab.
Okay.
Ok, so aquí esa es la sección de los VODs donde pueden ver todas las categorías. So como ven aquí hay diferentes menús. Tenemos el menú de recording. So aquí es donde salen todos los privados, party chats, grupos de 4 minutos o más que automáticamente se graben. Aquí en el Uploader es donde salen todos los videos que tú grabas. O si tú grabas tu propio contenido, tienes tus propios videos, los puedes subir por acá y venderlos ahí también. Aquí salen todos tus videos activos. Los pendientes son los que aún no han salido. Two son los videos que, por ejemplo, si tú tienes un video que te encanta y tú quieres que salga en nuestros canales en Pornhub, Xtube, lo puedes activar por ahí. Privados son los que tienes en privado. Si un VOD está en privado, nadie lo puede ver, solamente tú y el cliente original, y así. Y lo importante también de recordar es que tú puedes tener a todos tus videos privados, o también puedes tener, o puedes mezclarlos. Por ejemplo, puedes tener tus privados y tu contenido que tú subes lo puedes tener activo para que cualquier persona lo pueda comprar. So, tú puedes personalizar esto como tú gustes. All right, back to you, Jordan.
Thank you. Okay, so let's click the VOD earnings report. So this is going to be pretty much what it sounds like. Similar to like your other stats and earning reports that you can look at. This one's just for your VODs specifically. And you can select a date range here. I think it's going to automatically go to like, it looks like it's just today's date, but you can always just pull it for the current pay period or the current year if you wanted to, whatever you would like to do, but it's going to show up here. I wonder if your test account has any VOD purchases.
This one won't have any VOD purchases, unfortunately, but what's cool about it is, like Jordan said, you could customize it. So like, for example, if you're trying to put together like a VOD package, which we'll get to in a little bit, you can go back and see which are my most popular videos or which videos have had the most sales, and then kind of pick and choose those to like see which ones you want to promote, or maybe the ones that aren't selling as much, let's throw them into a package so that people can purchase it that way. So yeah, and you can customize it through the dates, pull it out in Excel, or it all just comes out here listed.
Thank you.
So sí, chicos, esta sección de aquí es sobre las ganancias. So, tú puedes crear un reporte de las ganancias de tus videos. So, aquí eliges las fechas y te va a sacar aquí todos los videos que has vendido durante esas fechas. Lo padre de esto es que te ayuda, por ejemplo, si quieres crear paquetes de video o quieres ver cuál es el video que yo voy a promocionar súper fuerte, lo puedes buscar por acá y ver cuáles son los videos que estás vendiendo más para poder para poder promocionarlos. Adriana, I am so glad you just said that. So Adriana Russo just said, I wish there was a way to set VODs to fan club only. And I love that you said that because that's actually something that we're working on. So coming soon. I'll just say that. Because I don't know when it's coming exactly, but it's in the works.
I didn't know that. That's exciting. Okay, cool. So let's go to manager VODs. So like it says, this is where you can manage all of your VODs. Just like I said earlier, you're able to like click the link there and see all of your videos if you choose. Wait, is this the right one?
Yes. Also,
Okay.
really quick, Bree Hunter brought up a great point that you're able to modify the screen cap on your VOD, and you could actually modify the little preview. So like if somebody goes to your VOD section and they like hover over one of your videos, it'll kind of have like almost like a quick 5-second trailer that like shows like a chunk of the beginning, of the middle, of the end, or whatever. So if there's like a clip in there that you don't like or whatever, you could customize which little clips show as a little like preview thing. So we'll go over that in a second too.
Yeah. And you guys can do that from this page here. But the other thing is like, here's where you can really set like your price points for your videos. It kind of is going to do it like, you have a few choices. You can do it like what the defaults are here. So right now you can see like, depending on the video length and depending on which rate you have there, like Carlos just clicked, it will fall into whatever those categories are for the cost for customers to pay for. Otherwise, which we can get there in a second, you can set custom prices for each of your videos as well. Did you want to click one, Carlos, and we can show, thank you, all of that. So here you can customize your own title. We love pizza in this one, and set your own description as well. But there's also instructions there. I know it's a little blurry, but it gives you the details on how to like select your thumbnail and your trailer as well. Did you want to try and do it?
Yeah, so like, let's say this is a screen grab we want to choose. If you click this orange icon right here, it'll auto save this exact screen cap as the screen cap on the page. You could update this later on. I will say it's not instant. So most of the time it is going to take about 24 hours for it to fully update. So 24 hours later after you click it, when you go back to the VOD page, it should show the screen grab. And this blue button right here is how you do the what is it called?
Trailer.
Not the trailer, but like the preview or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you click here, it will like link it here. So like it'll be that little section based on there. Or like if you want to also add here, you could do it there, and it like starts to create the preview based on that little clip and kind of creates a little montage off of that. Or if you want the screen grab to be that, you click that, and now it's updated the video poster.
Easy peasy. And if you guys scroll down a little bit even more on your individual videos, this is where you're able to set, a custom price if you'd like to. There we go.
And then this menu you could also use to make a particular video active for everybody. So like if all of your videos are only original customer, but you love this video, you want this one to be available, you can make this one active to everyone featured, which means like, let's say it's it means that you are down for this video to be promoted harder, or active everyone, but you just kind of want it to like be more low key just on your profile. Like maybe you don't want this to be like, you know, splashed around or like stuff like that. So you can modify that here, and then the pricing here as well.
Yeah. So right now, oops, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, mate, great point too. If you feature it, it'll show up first on your video page too. The other thing I was going to say is like if you modify this particular video in the pricing, it won't modify all your other videos if you have those on the standard just auto formatting tool.
Yeah. So that what I was going to say, thank you, Carlos, was like that 50 credits was the default like from the chart that we showed you earlier.
Yes.
Awesome. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, you can even just select certain tags, certain categories to each particular video so that they're a little bit easier for customers to like search for and stuff like that. VODs, guys, are a great way to make passive income because you don't need to be online. You can just, you know, promote these if that's what you would like to do and just earn these credits while you're not even online, potentially.
Exactly. And then this last bottom section is where you could gift it to a user. So if you want to give it to them for free, or you did a contest or something, this is where you would do it. And then you just put the username here. So like Yes, Carlos, and then you decide how long the user is going to have it. Oops. Oh, it's over here. And then this bottom button, if you click, is if you would like this video to be uploaded to tube sites for more promo. It goes to our social team. So these are all the managing sections.
Mayday asked a really good question earlier about, I think it was Mayday, about like having access for customers longer than like the 30 days. But I think that the solution to that, at least for now, would just be like setting a reminder and just adding more time to the video. Would that be right, Carlos?
Yeah, so if you're gonna gift it, it's only those. I'm sure we could add like a, yeah, I'm actually sure we could add like a permanently gift. That way models had an option to do that. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just gonna write
actually a
it
good
down.
idea.
Yeah, 30,
Yeah,
like
yeah, because I don't
50,000
want models
times.
to have to go back and like re-gift it like a billion times. Yeah, so let's bring that up and see if we can make it happen.
Lifetime VOD gifting.
I'm gonna go over this super quick in
Yeah.
Spanish. Ok, so chicos, miren, aquí vamos a manejar los VODs, manage VODs. Bajamos y aquí es donde puedes usar estas categorías. Esto automáticamente afecta a todos tus videos. Por ejemplo, podemos poner bajo o mediano y va poniendo los precios a tu video basado en qué tan largo es. Eso así. Y aquí también es donde puedes poner que todos sus videos sean activos para todos o privados para solamente los clientes originales. Ahora, eso es en general, para afectar a todos sus videos. Si bajamos, hacemos clic aquí, aquí es donde podemos hacer, personalizar cada video, o con un título, una descripción. Si quieres que el pantallazo del video que sale en la cuenta sea algo particular, haz clic en este botón de aquí y va a cambiar el pantallazo de ese video. Este botón azulito por acá es para cambiar el preview, como el comercial, el adelanto del video que saldrá en la página. So, aquí es como podemos personalizar esas partes. Sí, aquí título, descripción, eso es para cambiar el pantallazo y este es para cambiar el como video comercial o adelanto del video. Ahora, si bajamos acá, aquí es donde podemos poner un precio fijo. Por ejemplo, aquí arribita, en donde estábamos antes, es para poner un precio general para todos los videos. Si queremos que sea el precio solamente para este video. Y aquí es donde puedes decidir si, por ejemplo, este video quieres que sea original para el... Oops. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Carlos.
Okay, so este estatus es para el cliente original. Solamente el cliente original podrá ver el video. Este activo para todos, cualquier cliente lo puede comprar. Activo para todos y featured, cualquier cliente lo puede comprar y sale más arriba en tu sección de videos. Y si bajamos aquí, podemos poner aquí las categorías para que sea más fácil que los clientes lo encuentren. Aquí abajito es donde puedes regalar este video a un cliente. Podemos hacer clic aquí, ponemos el nombre del cliente y decidimos cuánto tiempo el cliente va a tener acceso gratis a este video. Y ya la última parte es aquí. Si hacemos clic aquí, es que tú estás diciendo que quieres que estos videos sean subidos a nuestras páginas Tube como Pornhub, Xtube para recibir más promoción. Sí, esa es la sección de VODs de manejo. Y de nuevo aquí, en esta sección de aquí arribita es donde puedes poner los precios o mediana. Aquí salen los precios bajos o medianos, depende en qué tan largo es el video y eso lo aplica para todos tus videos.
All set?
All set.
Sorry, I was just like reading some of the questions here. Guys, we're just going to try and get through the webinar and then take a lot of the questions at the end, if that's okay, but send them and then we're going to go back if that's okay.
And we'll definitely go over the performer deals in a little bit too.
Yeah.
I think I saw a question about that one.
We're not ignoring you, I promise. Okay, so let's go to the Upload Center. I know there are some questions or comments about the Upload Center. So here is where you can upload your own custom videos. There are some certain like video requirements. They just need to be in some certain formats. I know it's a little blurry here, but it's MP4. Ooh, can we not highlight it? Sorry, it made it worse. MP4, AVI, MOV, or WMV. Is that right? Okay,
Yes.
so it just has to be less than 850 megabytes, I believe. And same rules apply to your like own chat room when you're live. So you can only be, unless you have a duo account, but if this is your solo account, you need to be the only one online. And same rules apply with like our regular rules and regulations. But yeah, once they're uploaded here, you'll also see them in the VOD management. They'll show up in your chart under the uploaded, and you can do all the same tagging, descriptions, little thumbnail, just like all your other videos as well.
One other requirement for these is that to be able to upload your own video, it does have to be 4 minutes or longer. So you won't be able to upload videos that are shorter. And one other...
and horizontal.
Yeah, and it should be horizontal, otherwise it's gonna look like funky.
Yeah.
The other thing that's different about the uploaded VODs that's kind of cool is like you can upload a VOD and have it be only available to a certain customer or a certain group of customers. So like if a customer has a request and it's like a crazy video or something that maybe is very specific, or you're doing something special just for that customer, when you upload the VOD, you're able to select which customer has access to it, put in their name, and you can either gift it to them or it would be at a price, but only they would be able to see it. So like even if you're like, this VOD is 500 credits, but only VS Carlos can purchase it, I could see it, but I would still have to pay the $500 to get it.
Yes, thank you. Would you like to translate that?
Yes, so aquí, chicos, es donde podemos subir los videos. O hacemos, mire, clic aquí y aquí lo subimos. Como dijo Jordan, el video tiene que ser en un formato MOV, MPG, MP4, AVI. Tiene que ser de por lo menos 4 minutos y un máximo de 850 megabytes. No sé cómo se dice en español, pero megabytes. Y aquí es donde lo subes. Lo padre de esos videos es que tú puedes hacerlo personalizado como los otros videos. Puedes ponerle título, descripción, ponerle el precio, o sea, todo. La otra cosa que es súper padre es que con esos videos tú puedes elegir que solamente algunos o ciertos clientes puedan comprarlos. Tú, por ejemplo, si vas a hacer un video súper personalizado para un cliente específico, tú puedes decir, mira, yo voy a subir este video y... pero solamente este cliente lo puede comprar. Y lo puedes regalar o puedes decir solamente este cliente o estos 5 clientes lo pueden comprar, pero tienen que pagar y solamente esos que tú menciones van a poder ver ese video y tenerlo disponible para la compra.
Awesome. Thank
So we do
you.
some packages.
Yeah, so let's get packages. I know some of you guys were excited about that. So it's kind of what it sounds like. You can make different packages with, let me see, I think you can add a lot of videos, between 5 and 100 for each package. So these can be like by categories. They can just be like your best work. They can be like really whatever you want it to be, but it's a good way for customers to buy like a bunch of videos in bulk at a price that you get to set. So similar to your other videos or your individual VODs, you can make a title, you can set the duration, you can set your own price. You can really like make it your own, but it's a great way to, if you want to push your VODs, it's a great way to sell like more of them and earn more from these than just individual videos.
Yeah, and exactly like Jordan said, the way I've seen it work really well is like when they're made like in certain packages, like it's a twerk one or a striptease one or a dildo one or whatever, and sold that way. One model that always comes to mind, just because I think she was one of the first to really start using the packages, is Hope Daily. She does really well with video sales, and she like has different like VOD packages. So if you ever want to look at like what it looks like or how it like is formatted or whatever, she's a great one to look at. And yeah, so like once it's, amount must be entered. Oops. Yeah, so once it's created, you select how long it's gonna be there. And you can't edit the pricing or anything during that duration, so it'll be up for those 7 or 30 days. But I don't believe there's a way to delete it once it's there until the duration is done, but I'll double check on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure 100% off the top of my head. Let me write it down too, just so we don't forget.
Yeah.
Deleting. Oops, I cannot spell. Deleting VOD packages.
All right, so let's put this one through.
Cool. Thank you, May. Great question.
That must be entered. Select the duration.
Okay, good. Did we need to translate? Did you already do that?
Let me translate really quick.
Okay.
So, chicos, aquí es donde pueden crear paquetes. So, lo que estamos platicando es que con esos paquetes, excuse me, con esos paquetes los puedes grupar. So, por ejemplo, si tienes muchos videos super padres de group shows o de twerking o de juguetes o shows con un dildo, un juguete, los puedes poner aquí en esa categoría. So, aquí vamos eligiendo los que nos gusta. Perfecto, listo, aquí los tenemos. Aquí ponemos cómo se va a llamar el paquete. So, en este ejemplo vamos a decir que son videos así de twerk. So, lo hacemos y después tú vas a decidir cuánto tiempo va a durar este paquete y cuántos créditos va a costar. So, por ejemplo, aquí vamos a poner que este va a costar 500 créditos porque son 5 videos o lo que sea. Y va a durar este paquete 7 días. Si no pones este paquete, digo, si no eliges un paquete, te da más como flexibilidad, pero aquí hacemos clic en crear y ahora aquí ya está el paquete, solo podemos ver por aquí. Oh, May, so to answer your question, you can deactivate it. So if you don't like it after a while, you could deactivate it. So si lo hacen el paquete y después decides que ya no lo quieres, lo deactivas y listo, ya no sale y después lo podemos volver a activar de nuevo. And then you could go back and reactivate it. So I learned something new today. I didn't know that little feature. So thank you for the question. It's so crazy, you guys. Literally never feel like you don't know enough because I swear I find a new feature or learn something new or we release something new like all the time. It's impossible to keep up. So and that's kind of the cool thing. It just like keeps it exciting because like whenever you're feeling kind of like, oh, like what the heck, like you'll see something different and it's like, oh, whoa, that's so cool. Or like, oh my God, like that's like so new, so different or whatever. But yeah, so these are the packages. So chicos, ¿tienen cualquier pregunta sobre los paquetes? If anyone has any questions on these packages or any of the VOD stuff we've covered, feel free to send it over before we move on to some other stuff.
Cool. Did we want to go through the settings section too? I don't know if the FAQs will be necessarily necessary.
I think we've covered pretty much all the FAQ stuff, but
yeah,
this setting is pretty much the same one that shows up on the manage VODs. So this one, when you update this, it does it in like a blanket. It blankets it for all your videos.
Yeah, yeah. And from this tab, which is somewhat newer, you're able to set all your VODs to private yourself now. Before you would need to reach out to us, but you can do it now yourself from that top part right there.
I think dynamic pricing is the only thing we didn't cover, and you can't set that on here. So I feel like we should chat about that just for a little bit.
What do you mean?
The dynamic pricing, it's a little different. So like, let's say you do these bulk shows. If you do it like lower medium, it'll base the pricing on the time and it'll be kind of like a stagnant price. Whereas if you turn on dynamic pricing, what this is going to do is it's going to constantly change the price of your videos based on what's selling the most. So like let me show it to you guys. Like I'm way more visual. So like it would make sense, but like, so here, if we like go to the manage the VODs, as you can see here, these are fixed rates. So like if I choose medium, all of my 2 to 5 minute videos are going to be 50 credits if it's 2 to 5 minutes, 75 credits if it's 6 to 10, 120 credits if it's 11 to 20. If we go back and we set it to dynamic, the prices will not be fixed. They're going to change all the time based on each category, based on what's selling the most. So like if, for example, today, the 2 to 5 minute videos that are selling at the highest rate are selling at 50 credits, yours will be at that rate. Tomorrow, if they're selling at 75 credits, it'll update to that rate. Most likely it's not going to change every day just because it's based on the trends. But what's cool about this is that the pricing of your videos will always be based on what's selling the most for that video link category at that time. So there's those two options. to blanket all your videos, or you could custom price it as well. Hopefully
It's
that
like
made
taking,
sense. I don't know
it's
if I
like taking
explained it
the,
the
it's
best.
like taking the guesswork out of like setting your pricing.
Exactly. Yeah, you just summarized all what I said so perfectly. But yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So chicos, la única parte que es diferente que sale aquí en la sección de settings es que tú puedes prender lo que se llama precios dinámicos. So, lo que hablamos acá eran precios fijos que aplican para todos sus videos. So, por ejemplo, si ponemos que los videos van a estar en la tarifa mediana, cada video de 2 a 5 minutos va a costar 50 créditos, 6 a 10, 75, 11 a 20, 120. Ahora, si vamos aquí a los precios, y eso es fijo, siempre va a ser igual. Si lo cambiamos a los precios dinámico, va a cambiar la tarifa basada en lo que se está vendiendo más. So, por ejemplo, si el día de hoy los precios de los videos de 2 a 5 minutos con precio de 50 créditos son los que más se están vendiendo, todos tus videos de 2 a 5 minutos, automáticamente el precio cambiará a 50. Pero ahora, por ejemplo, la semana que viene, los videos de 2 a 5 minutos que más están vendiendo, ahora están vendiéndose a 75 créditos. Todos sus videos de 2 a 5 minutos se actualizará el precio a 75 minutos. So, siempre el precio se va a estar cambiando a lo que se está vendiendo más. Okay, done.
Okay, cool. And then I did just want to touch, I know someone asked a question, we're going to go through them later, but someone asked if videos can be like deleted, and videos, your VODs can't be like deleted, but you can make individual ones private if there's just like one or a handful that you really don't want people to see. It makes it available to the original customer, but if you really even don't want that person to see it, you can set a custom like price for it and make it astronomically high, and they're probably not gonna want to pay for it at that point, but they can't be deleted. No.
The only ones that like, they don't necessarily get deleted, but like if you have any, like if you've been on the site for several years, if there's like certain party chats, or like private shows that haven't been watched or purchased in a really, really long time, those do get purged. Eventually, the ones that never get purged are videos that you yourself upload, like your own content.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we can move on now if you'd like. We can go to Power Score, right?
Should we do fan club just because I think we'll spend a little bit of time on fan club, and then that way we get like knock out like the two big categories.
Okay, cool.
So let me pull up the fan club.
Fan club. Everyone's excited. Yay. Okay, so fan club. Yes, it is like what it sounds like. It's your fan club. So customers, once you activate your fan club, customers have a way to sign up for your fan club. You can set a price for your fan club that customers will be charged in credits every month. They will show up as like a specific color in your chat room. It just gives them like an exclusive feeling when they're chatting with you, which our customers love. Oops. So here, like Carlos is showing you, this is where you can really start like customizing your fan club. Here you can pick your chat club, you can set up your description, the title of it, all that good stuff.
And for any new models that are in the chat, if you don't have one yet, as soon as you've earned 10,000 lifetime credits or more, you'll be able to create and start your own fan club. And like Jordan said, it sounds so simple and like silly, but like just having their chat appear in a different color makes such a big difference. And this is like not even like one of our tips. Like I think I've had like Izzy, Olive, like so many models have come on and done like webinars with us where they share their tips. And several of them have mentioned that like, even if they don't really use fan club themselves, like they're not fan club people, they don't like to upload content, they still use their fan club and just gift it to their customers. Exactly like what May and Adriana are saying, just to make that customer feel special. Like when I chat in Adriana's room, like I show up in purple or I show up in whatever color, like I stand out. So now I'm part of her thing, you know, like I'm different than all the other just regular guys. And they also get 5% off when they take you private or when they purchase VODs and stuff. So that I mean, it's only 5%, but still it's another special perk that they get because they did something special or because they're one of your special people.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely like an exclusive thing for your customers. They love it. You can add particular videos just for your fan club members. You can do shows like just for your fan club members. So you can really like make it your own. You can really be into it, or like we just said, like it can just be really simple just for like the color and the discount on the VODs and things like that.
You also can send out, we'll go to the Mailblast section later, but when you set up a Mailblast, you can either send it to any customer that's ever spent on you, or you can send a fan club message, a mailer specifically to your fan club members. So like if you're going to do a members only show, which is the one that's free for your fan clubs, make sure to advertise it. If you're really going hard for a contest, you could send like a general mailer and then a specific mailer just for your fan club members, letting them know what you're doing or like cool things that are going on.
Exactly.
So I'll translate really quickly in Spanish,
okay,
and then you can go on. So, chicos, miren, esa es la sección del club de fans. So aquí donde vamos, todos los modelos nuevos que estén aquí, ya que hayan ganado 10,000 créditos de por vida o más, vas a poder crear tu club de fans. Aquí es donde lo puedes personalizar, so, con el título, descripción, puedes elegir en qué color va a salir el chat en tu sala de los clientes que sean parte de tu club de fans. Suena súper sencillo, súper así X, pero no. Solo tener el color del chateo diferente para tus clientes hace una diferencia grandísima. Los hace sentir súper especiales. Ellos resaltan en tu sala contra los otros clientes que no sean parte de tu club de fans. Eso es importante. Aquí es donde pones la tarifa que vas a cobrar. Esa es una tarifa mensual. So, los clientes tienen que tener esta tarifa, tienen que pagar esta tarifa cada mes para continuar la membresía en tu club de fans. So, aunque tú no seas un modelo de mucho contenido, no te gusta subir fotos, videos así, no importa. Aún recomiendo que lo hagas si solo sea con la intención de regalar membresías para ir fidelizando a los clientes. Otra cosa padre que puede pasar con estas cosas es que los miembros de tu club de fans tienen 5% de descuento, todo lo que gastan en ti. So, aparte, otra cosa aparte del color del chateo para hacerlos sentir súper especiales. También puedes hacer shows, members only, que es exclusivamente para los miembros de tu club de fans. Y cuando mandas los Mailblasts, las promociones, puedes mandar este Mailblast solamente a los miembros de tu club de fans para promocionar cosas especiales para ellos. All right.
Okay, cool.
The mic.
There's been a lot of chat about fan club, if there's anything in the pipeline of it getting revamped or anything like that.
Yeah, so there's been a ton of discussions on it. We've had several meetings about it. Unfortunately, it's still happening. The unfortunate is just the part about okay, so we touched on this briefly yesterday. So with the mobile app, we had it almost ready to go last year. We spent a lot of time, it was about to go, but it was going to be an actual app. But because we're an adult site and the Apple Store, the App Store for like Android phones, doesn't allow anything adult, they would shut it down. We were not able to find a way to go around it. So we had to basically scratch everything we'd worked on and create a brand new mobile app that was browser based, which is what we have now. So that was like a really big project, and unfortunately it took double the time. And that was like one thing that we were really pushing on because it was one thing that like everyone was asking. So there are a lot of projects that are coming. For example, another thing that's coming that I think a lot of you guys will be excited about is related to the interactive toys. So one thing that we're actively working on right now is the option for you guys to set your own like tip settings. So like it won't be like just like the standard tip settings that there are now. You'd be able to set exactly what they are. So that one is not only in the pipeline, but it's actively being worked on right now. The fan club and revamping it is something that we're going to do. I don't want to lie to you guys though. It is like in the very early stages. So it's something that will happen hopefully sooner than later, but I'm not sure on the exact timeline. The interactive tip levels, that will come sooner. So at least there's that exciting thing coming, but we definitely do want to revamp this fan club to be more, it needs a revamp.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree. You guys aren't wrong. Okay, there was some other questions and we're going to touch on them. I would just really like to keep going so we can finish up and then we'll go back. Is that okay? Okay. All right, you want to do Power Score now?
Oh yeah, really quick. I just wanted to log into the fan club.
Okay.
So here you guys is where you can add the content. So here you could upload blogs, photos, videos. I'll like speed around this stuff. Okay, so chicos, aquí es donde podemos subir el contenido. blogs, fotos, videos. Haces click y se sube así facilito. Members list is where you could see all the members that are part of it, and you could see if it's gifted or paid. And here is where you could gift it to a member. So we'll go here, gift it for as long, or you could customize it. So it could be like, you know, whatever you want it to be. So chicos, aquí es donde puedes ver la lista de miembros de tu club de fans. Puedes verificar si es una membresía que tú regalaste o que alguien compró. Y aquí puedes regalar la membresía por el tiempo que tú quieras. All right, let's just go to the fan club super quick. So we go here. Let me grab the... And the pin you can always find here in the overview. Oops, overview. Aquí hacemos el login y aquí ya estamos logueados como un administrador. So aquí podemos ver, oh, sorry, we're logged in as administrators, so we can see all the videos here that are uploaded. We can update the description and stuff. Photos, we can see them here. We could create folders. Like if you have particular like nude photos, dance photos, bikini photos, vacation, whatever you want to do it, you could do it all through here. You could add your schedule to the fan club, like what days you're going to be doing members only shows or things like that. And you could manage your blog. So aquí es donde podemos ver los videos, las fotos, podemos modificar cosas, podemos crear folders de videos que son como del mismo tipo de contenido, el blog, todo así se ve por acá. Yes, May, thank you so much for pointing that out. That's a huge tip. That saves so much time, especially after a holiday contest where you're gifting it to like 50 people. That'll save you like hours.
Yep. And thank you for answering Adriana's question about the whispers and stuff like that. Thank you. Okay.
I love it.
Is
there any other questions on Fan Club? If not, we're going to move on. ¿Cualquier otra pregunta sobre el club de fans? O si no, vamos a continuar.
Okay.
All right, I think we're good.
Alrighty. And if we miss it, we'll go back, guys, I promise.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's do Power Score. Power Score makes this whole earth go round. I'm just kidding. Power Score is super important for those who aren't aware of what that is or how it works. This is what determines your placement on the site. So how you are either up here or you're down here or somewhere in the middle. This has to do with that here. And what we're looking at here essentially is all the different like things that affect your score. What we're looking at right here, these bars that are here, these affect the most of your score. So credits per hour, your distinct spenders, hours online, and guests converted. And you can see like what percent of your power score that is. So of course, credits per hour is a really big one. And there's even some more categories down below that affect much less of your power score. And they don't change like as often as these do. So once these ones turn green, once you've completed them, they're gonna stay green essentially. So like on the right-hand side, there's your Flirt University quizzes. If you guys haven't done those, definitely do those. They're a great way to get acquainted with the site, and also you just get some power score points. Uploading more photos, at least 50, having 1,500 customers with a notification, adding a video intro, and adding or having 2,500 favorites as well. So getting those, once they're green, they're gonna stay. And I believe these all account for 15% of your power score in total. But these are really important, guys. Like if you could scroll up a little bit, Carlos. So if you guys feel like your chat room is like slow or something like that, or you feel like you want your placement to be higher, definitely be looking at these. Like, for example, this test account seems to get a lot of credits, but they're not really broadcasting, for example. So like, you can see your areas of opportunity here. You can see that this account needs to broadcast more. They probably need some more spenders and converting some more guests. So knowing that, you can really influence your own room to increase your power score. It all comes down really to this.
Yes, 100%. And like, if you're struggling with your power score, like Jordan said, look at what areas you're struggling in and try to come up with a plan to like increase it. So like, if everything's super high, but your distinct spenders is super low, let's start a party chat with low low party goals, or let's do a group chat with a low pledge amount so that you motivate more customers to participate, to tip you, even if it's something silly, even if it's a quick flash, a kiss, whatever it is, because every customer that sends you a tip or pledges for that show is going to help fill that thing up. If your guest converted, if you're not converting guests, go to the room receptionist right here and make sure you have a room receptionist set up for your guest users. Wait, where is guest? Right here. For your guest customers that say, hey, if you sign up right now, you're going to get 120 free credits you can spend on me. That's going to motivate a lot more guest users to sign up. So yeah, just looking at what areas are there. Yeah, see, exactly, like May said, a group chat, you're going to get a lot of new spenders and a lot of new people in there. And it'll help fill this up. You know, if your CPHs took a little dip, maybe let's upload a new profile picture. Let's do something to stand out. Let's do something to like not only re-engage some of your past customers, but also try to get some new customers into the room.
Yep.
Ok, so en español rapidito, ese es el Power Score. So eso es súper importante porque determina tu posicionamiento en la página principal. So aquí vemos que hay 4 categorías principales que equivalen para el 85% de tu score. So el CPH, créditos por hora. Clientes distintos, el número de clientes que están gastando. Horas en línea, que has convertido el número de clientes guests que se han registrado en tu sala. Todas esas categorías son muy importantes. Lo importante de recordar es que esas 3 categorías están basadas en los últimos 14 días, mientras que el CPH siempre va a revisar tu CPH de hoy, de la semana, de las 2 semanas, del mes y de por vida, y se va a basar en el que sea más alto. Ahora, las categorías aquí abajito equivalen al restante 15%, y esas categorías ya que estén en verdes es que ya las cumpliste y ya tenemos los puntos en full. So aquí, la Universidad de Flirt, están los quizzes. Tomen estos quizzes, son muy importantes, te dan puntos y te ayudan a conocer mejor la página. Fotos, hay que subir estas fotos. Notificaciones en línea, hay que siempre estarle diciendo a sus clientes que te pongan esa notificación en línea porque te ayuda, porque cada vez que tú ingresas, nosotros Flirt les decimos, oye, tu chica o tu chico ya está en línea, para que vayan. Video intro, pues hay que poner un comercial, porque si no hay bueno, te da puntos. Aparte, si no hay comercial, pues yo voy a tu perfil, tú no estás en línea, y claro, veo tus fotos, veo tu información, todo súper lindo, pero si estás en video comercial, yo puedo verte, puedo escuchar tu voz, y es así como, pues, más probable que yo diga, wow, tengo que ver a esta chica o este chico, y pues obvio, cuando estén en línea de nuevo, voy a buscarlos. Y favoritos, pues favoritos para que salgas más altos. O todo eso es importante, siempre estar platicando con tus clientes para que te estén dando esas cosas. Lo último que les voy a contar, chicos, es que si eres un modelo que está teniendo algunos problemitas y quizás tu Power Score está un poquito bajito, vengan aquí y vean su Power Score, examínenlo y hagan un plan. So, por ejemplo, si la categoría de clientes distintos está baja, hay que hacer un group chat para motivar a muchos clientes, un party chat con metas bajitas, porque cada cliente que te mande un tip o te gaste, te va a ir llenando esta barrita. Y group chat y party chat son muy buena forma de hacerlo. Guests convertidos. Otra cosa que es importante para esto, si no estás convirtiendo, ir al recepcionista, room receptionist, ir al guest customer y poner un mensajito aquí que diga, oye, si tú te registras, la página te va a regalar 120 créditos gratis para gastar en mí. Ahora tienes un gastador nuevo y un cliente que se registró que es nuevo. Yes, you guys, I was reading the chat while I was talking. Like what May is saying is like hands-on, so important. Never, first of all, you're the boss of your room, so you set the prices and you decide what you're going to charge for and what you're not going to charge for. If you want to charge for typing and don't feel bad about it because it's your price and it's your time, and sure, you're here to have fun and interact with people, but at the end of the day, this is your job, and a good customer is going to understand that like this is your job, this is how you pay your bills. You're spending the time online to pay your bills, and like sure, you're having fun and like you set your own hours and like there's lots of perks, but you still have to charge for what you want to charge for. So never feel bad about being like, sure, but I have to get something in return too.
Definitely. And like Parker said, like just use your voice, like like in general, like you're just gonna get that connection anyways with customers. So yeah. Thanks, guys. You're great.
Perfect. So that was the Power Score. I think should we jump really quick into performer deals?
Sure. Okay, guys. So for those who don't know, Performer Deals is another way to start or just like engage with your customers. So it's kind of like a coupon code that you can use online when you're shopping. You can make these performer deals, which you can gift to your customers, or you can just have them be like public, whatever you want it to be. But if you do want them to be for one particular customer, you'll input their screen name. You can make the code whatever you want it to be. And essentially here you can say like, if you buy or pay for a 5-minute show, I'll give you a bonus 5 minutes. So the show will be 10 minutes in total. And then you can customize it a little bit more. When it expires, how many times it can be used, all this good stuff. And these are great ways to like reward customers. They're great ways to, if you have new customers, just like having them get to know you. They're just great in general. Like May says, she uses them for everything, and a lot of people do use them, and we would recommend you to definitely use them.
And then a couple of things I wanted to point out just super quick. If you leave this blank, for example, like if you don't set it to a specific customer, this will be available to any customer. So any customer on the site can use it. So it would be important to make sure to put what the max amount of uses is. If you do it that way and you leave this blank, your deal code will appear on the main site for customers in the performer deal section. So it'll be advertised that if you take, you know, whatever model or group private, with the code, how many minutes it is, how many minutes are required, and how many minutes they get for free. So if you don't put one in there, just know that your deal is going to show up here on the main site for everybody, which is great promo. I just want to make sure you guys knew. Whereas if you set it to just a specific user, they'll get a notification in their inbox that'll be like, hey, you know, Carlos just made you a deal code. And then when they go to take you private, it'll pop up automatically when they click, let's take the model private. It'll say like, you have deal code like love you. Would you like to use it? And then they could like use it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it's great, guys. If you, especially like maybe if it's like a little bit slower for you, like just leaving that public, I think is a good way to get some more customers as well.
So chicos, aquí es donde podemos crear estos deals que estábamos platicando antes, donde regalamos tiempo. So puedes regalarlo para un cliente en específico. Tú pones aquí cuál va a ser el código y pones cuántos minutos son requeridos. So en este ejemplo, después de 5 minutos pagados, tú le vas a regalar 5 minutos gratis. Pones cuántos usos tiene y cuánto se expira o se termina este deal. Ahora, eso es para un cliente específico. Si lo dejamos así solo para todos, cualquier cliente lo puede usar y es importante recordar que si lo haces así, tu deal code va a aparecer aquí en la página pública para todos. So, todos los clientes van a poder ver que tu promoción, ese es el código, después de X minutos son regalados estos y la fecha en que se expira esta oferta. Eso saldrá por acá. Eso es importante que sepan que si lo hacen, no lo asignan a una persona, va a salir para todos. The only other really quick thing I wanted to mention is if we leave this at 0 and we put this at like 10 or whatever, if you don't require time and the deal code's totally free, the 10 minutes that you give away for free won't count as online time. So like if you do it this way, like you might log into your stats the next day and you'll see that like 10 minutes were taken away from your time online and it's due to this. Exactly, like May said, so it doesn't impact your CPH. So if you are giving away free time, so don't get scared if you like go to your stats and it's like, oh my God, why did they take away like 10 minutes or whatever? It's just due to that. So chicos, una cosa que quería notar es que si regalas el privado así gratis, o sea, 0 minutos requeridos, 10 minutos gratis así, cuando tú ingreses, ese tiempo no va a contar para tu tiempo en línea. So, si vas a tus estadísticas, tú vas a ver que te descontaron 10 minutos, no dinero ni nada así, solamente los minutos. Y como dice Mayday, es para proteger tu CPH, para que ese tiempo gratis no te afecte el tiempo en línea con los créditos por hora.
Yeah, Adriana, like if you use like a ton of them, it totally could affect your hours online. Or if you're going for like a contest, yes, like May said, if you're going for a contest that has an hours requirement, that could be like a negative thing. So you just want to be like aware of like what deals you have and things like that.
That's actually a great segue. We should jump into the contest.
Yeah, let's jump into that.
Let's do it.
So contests, guys, are really important because even if like you're not winning a contest, chances are you're still making money because there's just increased activity on the site. So if you don't know where to see upcoming contests or promos, they're going to be right there on the home screen of your studio admin. They're also going to be on that little red tag icon on the top there as well. That's where you're going to see what's coming up next and what has passed as well. Each contest here that you can click on or whatever is coming up next is going to have the details there. It's going to have the date, the description, how much money is in the pool, how many winners there's going to be, all details. That's so important to know, especially if you want to go for a contest or even if you're just broadcasting that day, like you want to know what your goal is. So this particular contest that starts tomorrow is the phone sex discount. So right there, plain and simple, top 7 girls and top 7 guys will each win $300 each.
One thing super quick, Parker has a really great question, which is like, she loves the contest, but what if you can't put the time in or as much time as other models? So we do have really great contests. For example, we do auto wins. Let me find an auto win one here for you. Perfect. So here's an auto win that's coming up on September 20th to the 22nd. So this is like a special 3-day auto win or 2-day auto win. No, 20, 21, 22. Yeah. So what's cool about the auto wins is that you're not necessarily competing with other models. You just need to hit the credit goal. So as soon as you hit that credit goal, you know, you win the contest, you show up as a winner and you get the prize. And what's cool is like all these daily contests, you only have to work 1 hour on the day of the contest to qualify. This one is like a special contest because it's like a longer auto win. So you would just have to work a minimum of 10 hours throughout the 3 days. But we do have auto wins that are just a 1-day contest. So as long as you work 1 hour that day and you win the 10,000, 20,000 or you earn the 10, 20, 30,000 credits in that day, you automatically get your flagged as a winner and you get the 100, 200, 300 promo prize, like the cash prize. The other one that I wanted to show is like the random draw. So, okay, perfect. So for Labor Day coming up, one of the Labor Day contests is a special random draw. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But so this day, on September 5th, if you're online and you work 1 hour at least and you earn 5,000 credits, you're entered into a drawing. We're 3100, 3150. So we do kind of try to mix it up and have different types of contests so that, you know, because like a top 7 might be a little more competitive, might be a little harder. So it might not be a contest that every model wants to like go super hard for, but like an auto win or a random draw is one that like more models can go for and more models win.
Yep. Yeah. Like definitely guys, look at the contest, look at every single one. Like don't assume that they're going to be the same because we have how many different types of contests? Like 4 or 5. Like they're different categories. They all have different rules. They all have different descriptions. So you definitely just want to be knowledgeable of like what's going on. So that way you know what to do to qualify.
And I love May's suggestion earlier when she said, even if you don't care for the rank in the contest, even if you don't care for the rank in the contest, still tell your fans you do, because you're getting your fans excited, you're getting them motivated, and they're gonna be like, oh, you know, she's starting to go for the contest. Like, let me learn more about the contest. Let me look into it. Well, I want to see her in the leaderboard, so like, I'm gonna help her like go for it. I'm gonna like send some tips. I'm gonna like make sure I'm online that day because I know it's important to her. So even if you don't win, just for that extra excitement in your room, just for that extra something cool for your customers.
Yeah, definitely. Like just the customer just knowing that there's a contest that you're going for or actually going for just might push them over the edge to be like, you know, I'm just going to send them a little bit extra than I normally would, and that benefits you.
I'm gonna talk about this in Spanish really, really quick,
Yep.
and then Parker, I'll address your question, or we'll address your question right after, because it is a really great question, and the rules have changed in regards to that. So, okay, let's do Spanish real quick, and then I'll go to that one. So, chicos, miren, los concursos son súper importantes en la página porque es una buena forma de resaltarte, es una buena forma de ganar un dinerito extra y de promocionarte más, porque cuando ganas un concurso, tú sales en la parte como ganadores y sales en el Twitter. Eso es así como una promoción padre. So, aquí en esta burbujita salen todos los concursos. So, hacemos clic y nos lleva a este concurso. Nos dice cuál es la fecha, cómo se gana y cuál es el premio para ganar. y aquí puedes ver todos los concursos. O por ejemplo, este es los top 7 chicos y top 7 chicas ganan. Y listo, perfecto. Ahora, también hay otros concursos. O por ejemplo, si tú eres un modelo un poquito más nuevo o quizás sería muy difícil para ti, quizás en este momento competir para estar en el top 7, hacemos concursos diferentes como random draws y como auto wins que les voy a enseñar aquí. Este, por ejemplo, es un sorteo, un random draw. Este día, con que tú trabajes 1 hora y ganes 5,000 créditos, ese día eres ingresado a una rifa. Los primeros 30 nombres ganan 100 y los siguientes 30 ganan 50. Es otra cosa súper padre. El concurso más popular, que es así como el favorito de todos, es lo que se llama el auto-win. Y los auto-wins, como funcionan, es que el día del auto-win, si tú trabajas 1 hora mínimo o más, ganas 10,000, 20,000 o 30,000 créditos, automáticamente ganas. O puede haber miles de ganadores ese día. Y aparte de ganar, te ganas un bono de 100, 200 o 300, dependiendo en cuántos créditos terminaste. Ahora, este es un concurso súper especial porque es un auto-win de 3 días. Este día hay que trabajar un mínimo de 10 horas durante los 3 días. Y si tu total sobre los 3 días es 25,000 créditos o 50,000 créditos, ganas el concurso y los 250 o 500. Para los concursos regulares así diarios, solamente se necesita trabajar 1 hora ese día y cumplir con el requisito y ganas. Una sugerencia muy buena que dio una modelo media en la página es que aunque tú no vayas a rankear, no te importa. Dile a tus clientes que lo estás haciendo porque puede ser que esto motiva a tus clientes más, que esto ayude a que los clientes quieran verte en la parte arriba o quieran verte como un ganador. O quizás el cliente no sabe mucho de los concursos, empieza a investigar un poquito más y ahora empieza a estar más motivado en los concursos porque si tú dices, no, pues no me interesa el concurso, pero al cliente le gusta, va a buscar a un modelo que sí le gusten los concursos. Es importante hacerlo así. Si hay cualquier pregunta sobre estos concursos, avísame. All right, guys, back. So we did have a situation during a recent contest that ended a bit ago where it was a situation that had never happened before. So we've always had groups and like group accounts on the site that do different type of shows, but most of those accounts were only ever used for shows. We'd never really, sorry, let me turn my Slack off. We've never really had them, go for contests in that way. So that was a place where we at Flirt just weren't expecting that and didn't have a rule in place to address it. So, we'll take the blame on how that happened. Obviously, once it happened, we had to look at it and we had to reassess a little bit. So we did change the rules. So like for any upcoming big holiday contests like Labor Day or, Thanksgiving, Halloween, like all those big like 5-day contests, if a group wants to go for it on the site where it's 3 or 4 girls or 3 or 4 guys, they all have to be online at the same time throughout the entire duration of the contest. So if it's a 5-day contest, the 4 girls or the 3 girls or whatever it is have to be online at all times. If they're caught switching models or switching shifts, then they would no longer be qualified for that particular contest. We also made a rule that was a little different for Flirt of the Year. So these group contests will only be able to compete in certain categories of Flirt of the Year. The other categories are going to be exclusively for solo models as well. So we have added those little rules to keep it more fair. So yeah, that's where that is. So hopefully that.
But that's a good outlook, May. Definitely like your outlook. Yeah, and not to change the subject, guys, but I think we answered a lot of questions throughout our explanations today. But if there's any that we didn't get or weren't answered, feel free to send them now.
Another thing too is that like one thing I love, like for example, I'm not calling anybody out at all because I love this, but one thing I love is when models feel comfortable to reach out and be like, hey, I see this, I don't really love it, or can you explain more about this? So like when this all happened, I remember Adriana reached out and she was like, like this is happening, this is how I feel about it. And that's really important. Like I always want you guys to feel like, whether you feel like it's complaining or you have bad feedback or you're like, hey, this button just is not working the way it's supposed to work. Always feel comfortable to reach out to us directly and just be like, hey, I would love to see this on the site, or hey, I see this and I don't really love it, or can you explain this? Because that's what we're here for. And like, we're always updating and changing the site. So always feel comfortable reaching out and never feel like you're being annoying or complaining or anything. Cause like literally we never feel that way. And like, we're here to help you guys and to make sure this site is working the best way for you guys. So like, we want that feedback and we want, you know, your opinions going into all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. A good question that Kathy asked about having more visibility on Twitter. We definitely would just ask that you like follow our like main Twitter account and have photos uploaded to your account that are like the best quality and that are like the largest possible. I think specifically your gallery photos too. They just have to be like crisp, crystal clear quality. And then our team like just goes through photos and things like that. But we'll usually reach out to you for permission first as well. And I also had a question from Adriana and I think a few others a while ago about emojis in your chat or your topic. They do work, but I've like tried to play around with it. You can't actually put in like the real emoji. You have to put in like semicolon parenthesis for the smiley, but then in chat it actually pops up to be the emoji. So you have to use like 2010 type emojis for it to like translate. It should work for topic, Adriana, but if it doesn't, let us know and we can try and experiment. But I've tried it once.
You know what? I'm gonna hit up Jared or Doug from the
Okay.
tech team, and I'll have them test it out. And if it is broken or there's a bug, I'll have it fix it.
Okay, cool.
And Adriana, to answer your question for like the recap videos that we do, I wish I could take more credit for it, but the guy that manages our blog actually writes those scripts for us, and then me and Charlene, who manages our social media, film them together. So thank you, May. Thank you. You know, we have fun doing them, but yeah. So all those FNN, all those contest recaps. Our blogger, who's phenomenal, he's like the best writer. He puts together little scripts and like lets me know what I'm supposed to do, and then I just kind of show up and like memorize the script and kind of do it that way. But yeah, yeah. Let us know if you guys have any other questions. Parker, I'll let Jared know. Yeah, Jared and Doug are both the best. So Jared is our morning model tech person, and then Doug does like the night shift. So we try to always have somebody from the tech team available in case things come up. But yeah, I'm glad you guys have enjoyed working with Jared. He's the best.
Yeah, he's the best. He's a lifesaver.
Oh my God, he saved my life on so many times. It's insane.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining the webinar. Thank you for bearing with us. We never do Spanglish ones, but this month was just a little crazy, so we had to combine it. So I appreciate patience on both sides. I love that you guys joined us. And to be honest, I really, both of us are in love with all of you guys. You guys are the best. I love that you guys were so open to sharing your tips and your experiences. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are the best.
Alrighty, well, we will see you all next month for another round of these webinars.
Yay! Hope you guys sign up. If anyone wants to watch these videos again, today's or yesterday's, if you joined, you should just be able to access the same like link from before. As long as you registered, it should be there.
I'm gonna send a link too. So our past webinars, we uploaded them to YouTube. Only the ones we do, the ones that, because we've had several models come on and like share their tips. Those we've not uploaded yet, just because, you know, we don't want to expose any of their secrets. We don't want any of their customers to maybe watch. So like those are private, but if you want to go back and rewatch, just hit me or Jordan up and we can send you a link, like a private link.
Yep. All right, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
See you. Have a nice weekend.